Hi guys, it's Sadie, and this is it. Today is Monday, the 9th of March, and I had an idea of painting these. Okay, so I just like the tower, and I have a um, Native American tarot deck. That's this one, and I found the tower in that one. And then I have this tower from the main tarot deck. So I kind of want to combine these and have the Sharkus be in the tower. I like this one. This is 16, 16, 1 and 6 is 7, 7. And the one before this is death, I think. Um, okay, so I'm going to just use my same canvases that I usually do. I have stuff that I already started, but um, I'll sometimes I'll just decide I don't like it and then make it. That was something else, and then um, but this one I started to make it as that portrait right there of David. And so what I did was I started making these lines and measuring it out, and then using a calculator to. I used the okay. So what I was doing is measuring the centimeters on the picture that I had, and then multiplying it, and then I was putting all these points, and this was all supposed to be the portrait. And then all of a sudden I just was like, I just gave up, or I just changed my mind, and that one is oil, and I'm doing acrylic. So this was from, I'm just going to paint over this. So I'm going to go ahead and put this paint on here, and just put this like white on here all over it. So that's what I'm gonna do, and I'm watching. So that's what I'm gonna do with this and let it dry, and then I'll come up with a combination between these two cards, and with Sharkus. And I'm watching Portrait Artist of the Year on Amazon Prime, and I'm listening to my Beethoven. So that's the next thing that's going to come. I'm going to work on that today. So thank you for watching, and I'm so excited about the spring coming and more paintings. You can, if you want to leave in the comments like what you'd like me to paint, I can go ahead and do that, because I'm just looking for ideas. But I do want to eventually make a Sharkus tarot deck. All right, guys. So we're back, and I want to. I'm making the tower, and I like this Native American tarot, and then the typical, like the one that everybody uses or whatever, or my mom used this one. So I have these two towers. So this is what I have so far. Um, I might put the crown in there. I think that's interesting, but I don't know. I might try to come up with something else. There's some circuses on the sides that are getting blown away. And then, so I see how this tower is like, it almost looks like Alcatraz, but it has the clouds there, and then this one has the typical kind of artistic, um, like out west Native American Pueblo, or like I sometimes the Indians would make their homes, their dwellings in the cliffs or out of adobe, I guess, or I haven't researched it so much, but this is the typical kind of blocky style of the dwellings in the mid Santa Fe or something. There's many different kinds of Indian people, and this deck is really fascinating. Like these, it's just really cool. It's really something you don't. I mean, it's just really interesting. Okay, so that's not. But I do. So I do like this kind of the austere kind of the ladders, and I want to add. I'm going to add some more stuff, but I don't want to make it too busy. And then I want to make this very nice with the cliff and then the clouds in the sky, and I do just want to make the moon, and I did kind of like, look at that moon, that's crazy. But if you're anywhere around the world, the moon's going to look different. I mean, what does the moon look like when you're in New Zealand? Think about, like, we always have to think about the world and the positions in the world and where we are. So I did like to stick with the Roman numerals. I did want to make 2 lightning bolts. We're going to make a lot of fire. And I want to paint the water back there. This one shows that it's up so high in the clouds, but if you were looking down on past it, in the very distance, you might see water. It seems like that would be around there. This one's not so much, but I do want to have some water because it is a Sharkus. Because I do love water. So I do want to paint the water out there and have the sky and have the cliff and make this look really rugged and stuff. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm going for. I started. I put acrylic on here. I don't know what the best way. If you guys can let me know what I can do to make it better, because like they use gesso or something, or is that just for oil painting? I don't know. So I put acrylic over it, but then it's very difficult to draw on it. If you just have the canvas, it's a lot easier to draw on the canvas, but then it soaks up so much. You want that layer. I mean, I just started. I know I should research it more, but whatever. I mean, it's. I want to draw them on there, but then did this with an ink pen, but I don't want to make it too much like that. I should probably look into charcoal, because the regular stuff, the graphite, if this is graphite or whatever, I didn't want to use this because it was too dark, so I used colored pencils. So maybe I should just try to use, maybe this is better in the, looks like chopsticks. Okay, this has gone on too long. I'm sorry. It's gone on too long. Yeah, so this is where I'm at. This is my inspiration. Maybe I should have Googled or Binged or AI'd the tower and got more. I think I will do that because I want to slow down a little bit. I'll be up all day making this, and I want to get it almost 95% to completion. It's very early. It says 4:12, but that's California time. I am watching landscape Artist of the Year. I like that, and it is 73 degrees Fahrenheit. That's not good. But anyway, okay, all right. So we're working on this, and eventually I want to make a whole tarot deck with the Sharkus, but maybe make it more surreal because they say surrealism is coming back because of the way the world is now. But I don't know. That's a whole. That's a lot. But this is just a. What do they say? Like a um, explanation or oh, darn it! I can't. I'm sorry. I've been up all night. An exploration or what when you make it like the painting a study. I guess that's kind of what it is. But I still want to take it seriously and spend a lot of time on it because um, all the time I spend just even coloring in like those squares, I could use tape and put it over it, but that's like using a calculator. It's better if you learn the math or maths. Okay, I'm getting silly. I'm sorry. Okay, all right. Thank you for watching. We're gonna make more Sharkus stuff. All right. So what I'm working on is I have the um. I decided to paint the water right in there and make the water line right through there. And I should not have used that ink pen. Where is it? I don't know. Yeah, I don't. It was just so easy. And then I was like, wow, this is just so easy. But then, because look at that right there. I mean, I should have just thought about that. I didn't, I didn't think about it. But it's not totally. I'll just have to rework it and kind of go over it again. So we got Sharkus in his umbrella. It's the tower. It's destruction. It's all the things that the tower says. I'm sorry. I got Okay, all right. I don't. I put him away, but we'll explain it later. I gotta make it. I gotta wrap it up. I don't want to like. You know what I mean. I don't want to like go too long into it. This is just an update, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Hey guys, it's Sadie, and I'm very sorry that I said I was gonna finish this on Monday, and I stayed up all night on Sunday to Monday, and I was watching the Olympics. I was so excited, and then I just slept for 2 days and got up. I'm watching the portrait artist, and we're listening to this, and it's 4 in the morning. It says 1 o'clock, but it's really 4. So, yeah, I want to do more on this, and of course, this is going to look different. I'm going to break this up. I don't want it to look too much like what is it where you color I'm sorry, I'm having color by number. Yeah, I don't want it to look color by number. So these are just the bottom layers. Like these are just the basic layers. And then I'll put more. What's so great about, I guess, acrylics is they can dry fast, and then you can put more layers. The advantage with oils, of course, is you can work with them and blend them, and they just are more alive, and you can keep massaging them in and changing the color. But with the oils, I've noticed that just the smallest amount of darker really makes it dark. It's not so much like that with there's more opace, opacity with acrylics, it seems. But um, and then that one, I'm gonna rework that one a little bit because I've had time to think about it, and it's that one's oil, and I'm really have had time to think about it. I thought about cutting off part of the canvas to make it more of a square like the picture. Sorry, I'm cutting off some of the canvas, blending the skin together, making the eyebrows more bushy and light, and then making the eye. I thought about scraping that eye off and then putting it closer, but I thought I could just move the nose a little bit out around it, or because that picture is at such a weird angle. It's difficult. Okay, but back to this. Yeah, so I'm gonna work on this. I'm also tempted to go out and watch the Olympics, the Paralympics start like at 4 o'clock, which is now. My computer, of course, wants to do a little restart. I see you. Let's do a little restart. Okay, but anyway, sorry, I'm just going more on this. Okay, so yeah, so back to this. I was so tired when I remember painting this. I was so tired, and I was like, just keep going, take some more caffeine pills, just keep going. And then I was like, no, and then of course I sleep for 2 days. Okay, so it's Wednesday morning. I am going to wrap up this, and then I want to give that to David on Saturday. So I want to wrap that up. And I thought about I've been so inspired by the Portrait Artist of the Year that I want to do some more of that. My nails are looking hideous. Sorry, I can't get the nails. Oh, go one day the nails will be just so nice. But I was trying to grow them out, and then I couldn't stand it when they get too long. It just even a little bit of length on them, like it's so hard to type on your phones. Okay, then I want to say I looked through my paintings, and I love this one. I'll never sell this one or give it away or anything. For some reason, this one was when I started first painting the Sharkus, and there's something about that one in the way I was feeling. It's so amazing. Like if you go on a vacation and you take pictures of yourself on a vacation, you can look at them and just kind of like, oh, I had a argument with my spouse, and then we made up later, and I tried a new drink, and that was that night. And you just look at that picture of you on the beach, and I'm just referencing the beach maybe because I'm seeing a beach, but it's so amazing that even that one, I look at the picture, the painting, and I like it's almost like I remember how I felt and where I was and what was going on. It's just so weird that it makes it like I realize how artists sometimes don't want to part with their, we're gonna sell this for $1,000, and then no one will buy it, and then I'll go, oh, I guess I'll have to keep it. I'm just being silly, but it's weird how it's really a part of me. You don't think about it that way when you look at it from the outside. You just kind of think, oh, they did this, and then a lot of times now, with at least with YouTube, I think it's really nice that you could see a painting being made. And one of my artists that I like a lot is this Peter Maximilian Roth something. He's a German guy. He does these abstract things. And part of what makes him so interesting is you see him making the art. And maybe back centuries. Oh God, this is getting long. I'm sorry. maybe back centuries ago, there were people there watching the artist or being around the artist, and then they'd be out at a tavern drinking, and they say, yeah, and they describe the thing. Yeah, it was this night. He was, you know, he was painting this, or she was painting this part of it, and uh, there's this conversation, and there was a witness to it, and then it was kind of locked into those people around there. There was like, oh yeah, that artist lives here in town. But now on YouTube, you really get a feel for the artist, and it's kind of interesting. Like, do you have to like the artist to like the art, or like sometimes I'll watch someone who's like in another country or something, and your mind is just trying to apprehend something about them and try to get something about who they are, and you can look at their art, but you try to connect it to who they are. So it's just really like it just goes on and on and on, and it's really interesting, about these artists' lives. Every time I watch a lot of YouTube stuff, and you get in, I'll hear another artist and they'll about them, and then I just want to soak it up, and it's like, well, you could always say, well, you don't want to spend too much time. I should be like showing you other pictures while I'm talking. That's funny, because I was thinking this one time I was watching somebody give an interview, and they had one picture in the background, and I kept thinking, why don't they just show us other work while they're talking? And I'm doing the same thing. I'm sorry, you guys. Okay, I'm getting so distracted. But yeah, we're gonna work on this. Sorry, this one was long. Maybe I'll just make them longer so I can. I mean, it's content. It could be better if the camera was behind me over my shoulder and I was talking about it. We'll get there someday. Okay, it's not like I'm trying to hide or something, but I also don't want it to be too much about me. I don't care. Let's not care about who I am, where I came from, what I'm about, my opinions, my likes and dislikes. Let's not care about that. What about the art? What is this art about? What does it make you feel? What is Sharkus thinking? Sharkus, you seem lonely. Are you happy being lonely? Sometimes solitude is very nice. Okay, thanks for watching. We're going to do more work on the art. Hey guys, here it's coming along. I don't know if I should paint these clouds white, or it's a night scene, so I don't know if I should make them. I think I should make them kind of bluish purple, a dark bluish purple, and then I accidentally painted out the top of that because I think I was really tired, but I could probably put a white stripe in there. And then this needs to be fire, and it would have been better if I painted the back of this and then put the ladder on these. So I had to go ahead and paint them and then paint in the little things. I made it more difficult on myself, but it's okay. But yeah, that's what happened there. I should have put the ladder as a more upper detail, but yeah. So we have the Sharkuses, the lightning, the moon, the night scene, the tower, the destruction, the chaos, the Sharkuses falling off the tower, and we got the water there and the rocks. It's horrible. It's chaotic. It's what is this? Well, I could, there's a lot of that's been written on the tower, and it's one of the more interesting of the major arcana tarot cards, in my opinion. I think it's one of the interesting ones. I think people also like the devil. They like the fool. There's a couple of them that just really stand out on the 22 major arcana. But okay, all right, let's just, I don't want to make these too long. All right, guys, so I am done with this. And this is the Sharkus Tower. I'm still going to put in some of the white on there. Well, it's like 97% done. I'm um yeah, okay, it's just gonna be a fire, like, but it's not gonna be much more different than this. And then I'm gonna put the black things in there. Um, I kind of like the way this came out. It was looking in the beginning. It just didn't look that great. And then I was gonna make the clouds. Maybe I could make them. What do you guys think? Do you think I should make them like a purplish, like a dark purple blue, dark purple blue? Do you think it looks too do you think the clouds should blend in more? Uh, it looks almost like too cotton, and I'm wondering what to do with the clouds. I don't know. I don't think they should just be white like that. They could be gray. I have to do something with the clouds. That's the thing that's like missing on this. Okay, so that's just what. Um, Let me know, and then I'll put the final thing on Instagram or something. But yeah, or then when I in the future when I do a show of like show my little art projects, you'll see it finished. But yeah, let me know what you think. I don't know why I keep saying purple. There's no purple clouds. Like like that's too. That's like all. It's maybe should I make this one? Is that too bright? That green one. And then I'm gonna paint. Okay, yeah. Let me know what you're thinking because it's like 97% done. Thanks for watching, and I want to paint all the tarot with Sharkuses.